Hello and welcome to Bottleship with our friends the Jifflings. If you enjoy the show, please leave a review and share the podcast with your friends. And you can email us at thejifflings@gmail.com. And stay tuned to the end of the show when the Jifflings will read out some of your reviews. And now it's time for today's special Christmas episode, the Reindeer's Jingle Bells. In your world, things are important, but what about the things that aren't important anymore? Well, sometimes those things end up here, in the magical land of Dilstonia, where little creatures called the Jifflings live on their little Jiffling ship. They find these things that we throw away and fish them out of their sea so they can recycle them and put them to good use once again. And here they are now, ready to work. Eccentric young pumpkin.
Ooh, I'm ever so excited.
The hedge, who was a very lazy Jiffling.
Like, hey man, is it time for bed yet?
Miss Katy, who loves fixing things and dressing up. Sometimes I like both together. Albert, the ship's gardener.
Hey, who's been into me cabbage patch like?
And Freidaline, a very sensible Jiffling who looks after everybody on the ship.
Yeah, that is correct. Oh,
Today on the ship, it is Jiffmas Eve, which is one of the Jifflings' most favourite days of all.
yeah.
There's a lot to get through though, so all of the Jifflings are gathered in Albert's garden, digging up the vegetables for their delicious Jiffmas dinner.
Well, on the first day of Jiffmas, a Jifflin gave to me.
A pumpkin in a pear tree? Miss Katy pointed, and indeed, there was a young pumpkin sitting proudly in Albert's pear tree, swinging his little Jiffling legs from side to side.
Ooh, I love pears, and I love trees, and I love... Pumpkin! This is the eve of Jiffmas. You cannot be frolicking up in the tree. Come, you and Miss Katy can help me in the kitchen, whilst Albert and the hedge finish the diggy potato job. Aye? Yeah.
So young pumpkin and Miss Katy followed Freidaline into the Jiffling kitchen, where she rolled out her very long list of jobs that hadn't been done yet.
Right. You pair have the two Jiffling job. To clean the sink and do the washing up. Yeah.
But that's not very Jiffmassy, Freidaline.
Woo, let's have a great big party instead. That's much more fun. Nein, later for the fun, now for the work. Ah.
So young pumpkin and Miss Katy did as they were told and washed the dishes, whilst a rather gruffly Freidaline mopped the floor. But before long, Pumpkin, I'm bored.
Oh, golly gosh, me too, Miss Katy. I know. Let's make mud pies. I've got pockets full of soil from Albert's garden. It'll be great fun.
Yay! So with big smiles on their little Jiffling faces, young pumpkin and Miss Katy pushed great handfuls of soil into their Jiffling sink. And as everyone knows, mixing soil with water is a perfect way to make grubby mud pies. So pretty soon, the two little Jifflings had covered everything in huge splats of muddy, muddy mud.
Woo! Isn't mud fun, Miss Katy?
But before Miss Katy could reply, Freidaline came storming over.
Ah! What is going on here? You have the muddy pocket soil everywhere. Ah!
We're just having some Jiffmas fun, Freidaline.
And we promised to clean it all up. But I have so much work to do at Jiffmas. And what are you doing? Playing the big muddy messes. Oh, please don't shout, Freidaline.
We really will clean everything up. Then Freidaline stopped.
Oh, I am sorry, Jiffs. I lost my temper. I just want everyone to have the bestest Jiffmas ever.
Wow, Jifflings, That sound means an object which was lost or thrown away on Earth has found its way into your net. Time for you all to heave the object in. The object landed on deck with a jingly jang. It was round and silver and made a very musical sound.
Well, I think that's a shiny bunch of Jiffmus nuts for a special winter squirrel.
Wick! But then Miss Katy stepped forward, for she knew just what the object was. She spangled up onto the story seat, and then she began her tale. These are the reindeer's Jingle Bells, and my old carol singer, Holly Mistletoe, told me all about it. Far away at the very top of the world, which we call the North Pole, lives Santa Claus, who works all year making presents for the children on Earth. Yay! And then, on Christmas Eve, he flies right round the world, delivering presents to everyone.
Ho! Ho! What was it again? Ah, yes. Ho!
Now, so that Santa can fly everywhere, he has a special sleigh that's pulled across the sky by his famous magical reindeer. There's Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Rudolph, Olive, and the leader of all the reindeer, Blitzen.
Indeed! I am Blitzen, and we have oodles of work to do if we're going to have the bestest Christmas ever.
Well, Blitzen cared very much about Christmas, and he took his job very seriously, so he would shake his loud, jingly jingle bells at the other reindeer and shout out his orders.
Dasher, stop dilly-dallying! Vixen, polish those hooves!
And because he was so worried about everyone having a nice Christmas, sometimes Blitzen would get a bit huffy and he would lose his little reindeer's temper.
Oh! Comet, come down from there! Dancer, stop dancing everywhere! Oh, but I do so enjoy dancing, Blitzen. And a nice Christmas does need some fun too. Come, reindeer, let us Christmas boogie one and all.
But Blitzen wasn't impressed.
Oh, you silly reindeer are going to ruin Christmas. Prancer, stop prancing. Dasher, start dashing. Can't you see we have work to do? Oh!
But instead of making things better, when Blitzen lost his temper, the other reindeer just got nervous and scared, and they made even more mistakes.
Ow.
Then the littlest reindeer, Vixen, spoke up softly. Blitzen, please stop shouting. We all feel very nervous when you lose your temper. Then Blitzen stopped and put down his jingle bells.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare anybody. I just so want everyone to have the perfect Christmas. But I promise to take a big reindeer's breath and not lose my temper anymore. Well done, Blitzen. And we'll promise to all work together so that we can have the bestest Christmas ever. Now come, reindeer, let us rejoice with Disco Boogie for all.
And so, all the reindeer had a lovely Christmas disco, and after they finished dancing, they all worked together to get things ready for Christmas. And Blitzen found that if he didn't lose his temper, everyone was quite happy to help out. And in fact, the jobs got done even quicker. So Blitzen soon forgot all about his shiny, shouty jingle bells. Because now he realised that everyone got along so much better when he didn't lose his temper.
And now the Jingle Bells are here in Dilstonia.
Yes, but what could you reuse them for?
Maybe they could be a jingly Jifflings doorbell that we ringly ring when we want to come in.
But then Freidaline stepped forwards.
Oh, es tut mir leid. I am sorry. I have been a bit of a grumpy pumpy, and I have lost my temper, just like the Blitzen. So, why don't I use the bells to jingle out a nice little tune whilst we all sing a lovely Jiffmas song together? And we all promise to help out with all the Jiffmas jobs. Aye?
Yay! And so all the Jifflings worked away to get everything ready for their special Jiffmas Day celebration. And as they worked, Freidaline jingled her bells and they all sang along.
On the 12th day of Jiffmas, a Jiffling gave to me 12 cleaners cleaning, 11 veggies growing, 10 frogs a leaping,
9 princesses fixing,
8 tummies rumbling,
7 jobs completed, 6 Mises meeping,
5 ring donuts,
4 best friends,
3 garden spades, 2 sea turtles,
and a
pumpkin in a pear tree. Woo! Merry Jiffmas und the good night. Meep.
Good night, young pumpkin.
Good night.
Good night, Albert.
Hey, I'll see you in the morning, like.
Good night, Freidaline.
And it is a good night. Ja.
Good night, Miss Katy. Night, night. Good night, Hedge. Hedge? Oh, I think the hedge is asleep already. And goodbye to you too, wherever you are. Maybe next time you see a thing that you might throw away, you'll stop and see if you can use it again, just like our friends the Jifflings. And maybe the thing you use again will have a story to tell too. Goodbye. Thank you for listening to Bottleship. For all the parents listening, if you'd like to, you can donate to the show at patreon.com/Bottleship. And as a thank you, we'll send your child a personalised audio message from the Jifflings. And for all the children listening, if you enjoyed the show, please leave a review and share the podcast with your friends. We've had some lovely reviews this week, haven't we, Jifflings?
Oh, yes. Like this one from Canada. It says, "My name is Avant. I am almost 6 years old and from Richmond Hill, Canada. My favourite Jiffling is Young Pumpkin. Woo! Could you make a Jiffling story about a drone that flies and it falls down because a bird hits it, and then the Jifflings recycle it?" Well, we think that's a grand idea for a story, Avant. Thank you very much.
Oh, yes. And we've had this review too from America. It says, "Hi, my name is Ruby. I live in Houston, Texas. My favourite GIF is Miss Katy. I love your stories. I like listening to them in the car."
Like, thank you very much, Ruby. That is a perfect review, man.
Oh, yes. And we'd also like to say a very biggest hello of all to Izzy and her mum Gemma. Hi!
Hi, Izzy.
Thank you to everyone who emailed or sent us a review. We really do love to hear from you all.
That's right. And if you'd like to send us an email, please send it to thejifflings@gmail.com. Also, if you like listening to stories, why not check out our sister podcast, Storytime, for children of all ages. Thanks again, and we'll bring you more exciting adventures with our friends the Jifflings very soon. Goodbye.